We're back, finally, Kona, Hawaii for our World Championships. Nice was nice, but we're back in Kona for the Women's Ironman World Championship, and what an amazing field we have. This is going to be epic. So stay right here because I'm going to bring you my 10 top picks for the race. So how are we going to do this? We're going to do something that I don't think is absolutely at all possible. We're going to try to predict the top 10 by using the top 10 women that are qualified for Kona and are on the start list. And then I'm going to throw in, just for fun, 3 wild cards and try to predict the top 10 for the race. How did I do for Nice? 20%. Not too bad. Got a couple of spots right. There was a lot of attrition there. I don't expect to see that at Kona, and I actually expect to see some great surprises. So here we go. Number 17 ranked right here is Sarah True. Sarah True is a great competitor. She's been to several Olympics. She has won Ironman races. She's a quality swimmer who will swim in the front pack. Then she's a quality cyclist who will ride in the middle of the race all the way through and then run quite well. With a great day, you could see Sarah True coming in on the podium. With a good day, we're talking top 10, but for right now, she starts out in the number 1 spot. So our next contender is 31-year-old Vanilla Langridge out of Great Britain. We saw her last year put on a great show where she kept up with Lucy Charles-Barkley on the swim and then kept up with her most of the way on the bike, putting together a really good combination of swim bike to get her toward the front of the race. But her run just doesn't match up with the best out there. And I don't think she's going to come in ahead of Sarah True. And I'm going to put her right now in the number 2 spot. Next up is the GOAT, the greatest triathlete of all time. Daniela Rafe is literally, by far, the greatest triathlete who has ever stepped foot on this planet. Does she still have it? At 36 years old, Daniela Rafe puts together either a great race or a mediocre race. God, this is a hard one. I have no idea where to stick her, but I am going to say right now, if Daniela has a good day, she'll be right with Sarah, and I think she will be able to pull through and pull away from Sarah and actually be ahead of her. So right now, let's take a look. We'll put Daniela Rafe in the number 1 spot. Number 9 in the PTO rankings, but one of the best triathletes in the world is Laura Philipp out of Germany. And does she have what it takes to win this race? I think she actually has what it takes to win this race if she has a spectacular race and the top racers in the field have a mediocre or a bad day. Again, she'll be mid-second pack swimmer, bike her way to the front, pulling up there with Sarah True, and possibly even breaking away and causing a second group of cyclists on the road, coming into T2 in a good position, and then put down a spectacular run. If she puts down her kind of run, we could see a podium, if not a win, out of Laura Philipp. Where do we put her versus Daniela? Oh my gosh, this is really, really, really hard. Do I put her ahead of Daniela? Do I put her behind Daniela? At this point right now, the way things have been going this year, I'm gonna put Laura Philipp up ahead of Daniela Rafe. But here we go, folks. We're going up to the top. We're gonna take a look at the best female racers out there, if not the best female field ever. Unlike the men's race, this race has way, way, way more established racers in it, including this one who made her appearance last year at Kona on the Bob Babbitt interview show in a neck brace. 9 days after a horrific crash, our next person on the list is Kat Matthews. What do I think Kat Matthews is going to do? I think Kat Matthews has something to prove. Kat Matthews is going to lay down the greatest race of her career, bar none. She's going to be up in the front of the second pack on the swim, a little behind the elite swimmers coming out of the water. Then we've seen her bike right with Daniela Rafe, but she is an extremely strong cyclist and one of the best runners in triathlon. She has come so far in the year since that tragic accident. I think she's ready to put down the race of her life. Kat Matthews right now holding the #1 spot. But that brings us to number 6 in the world, and the defending world champion, Chelsea Sodaro, is going to come and defend her title at Kona. We will see her put down a solid swim, front of the second pack, maybe a breakaway between the first pack and the second pack, then put down a solid bike ride, staying with the main group, letting them pull her along down the Queen K, then get off and then go for it with her patented run speed. But can she catch Kat Matthews, who's going to be out on her off the bike by several minutes, if not more? We shall see. But my prediction is we're gonna see Kat Matthews hold on ahead of Chelsea Sodaro at this point. So we're gonna drop Kat Matthews in the #1 spot, Chelsea Sodaro #2 spot, Laura Philipp holding down the #3 spot at this point. Number 4 in the world, one of my favorite triathletes of all time, Lucy Charles Barkley. She's come in 2nd in the World Championships ever since her debut back in the day. Can she capitalize on her fastest swim? She will come out on the pointy end, way ahead of just about everybody else on the swim, then lay down an extremely strong bike ride, then put together a solid run. She will hold on until coming into the last 10K of the race. Will she hold on for the win? Will she be passed at the end? I got a feeling that though I love this person, I really want her to win this thing, I'm gonna say that she is going to be passed by Kat Matthews coming in to the final 10K somewhere at that point, and then have to battle it out to hold on to that #2 spot again this year. Unfortunately, where am I gonna put Lucy Charles Barkley? I'm putting her in the #2 spot at this point right now, right behind Kat Matthews. The next racer, you cannot count her out ever, ever, ever. I don't care that she's 40 years old, her run keeps getting better and better and better and better. This is Annie Haug. She is going to be swimming toward the back of the second group. If she can hang on to that back of that group, her swim has gotten better lately, but I don't think she's gonna be able to be strong enough on her swim to be toward the front. She's gonna come out of that swim 4, 5, 6 minutes behind Lucy Charles. Then she'll bike her way all the way up through that third group and maybe even be in that second group by the end of the bike ride. If she can get in that second group by the end of the bike ride, her amazing fast run will help her pull off the win at Kona. I don't see it happening. I see that there's some young guns out there, some really strong racers out there who are gonna put down a run, put down a race that's going to be totally unbelievable. I think Annie Haug probably will not get past Laura Philipp in this race. So that brings us to the highest ranked person in this race who is going to come into this race having confirmed that she will be doing this race and is training for this race, is the phenom, is the future, is Taylor Knibb. At 25 years old, she still has no clue whatsoever how good she actually can be and is. This, I think, will literally be her first full Ironman race in a world championship. What's gonna happen with Taylor? Taylor and Lucy Charles are going to swim away from the field. They are going to go out, they are going to push themselves out there. They are going to be well ahead of the field, 1 to 2, maybe 3 minutes ahead of the first chase group, and 5 to 7 minutes ahead of the second chase group, and jump on the bike, being 2 of the strongest cyclists out there. If they can work together, I think she and Lucy Charles can actually put time on the field on the bike to the point where they both get off the bike. I'm going to give them a 10-minute lead off the bike. Taylor Knibb, Langridge, and Lucy Charles will come off the bike with about a 10-minute lead. Taylor Knibb and Lucy Charles will then run away from Fenella and get out there. Now, if Taylor Knibb plays her cards right, she will go ahead and pace right along with Lucy Charles and use her experience to hold her at the front of the race without pushing too hard. Lucy's not gonna go out there and kill herself at the beginning of the race, which is a possibility that Taylor could do. Now, if Taylor can hang on to Lucy's heels until the energy lab, she can then now stretch it out, put down the pure speed that she has, and if she actually has enough fitness built into her regimen, she can hold on and take the world championship, holding the 70.3 and the world championship. And I'm gonna say that Taylor Knibb is smart enough, strong enough, and is able to pull this thing off and take the win away from Lucy Charles Barclay at the end, leaving Lucy number 2. But wait, there's more. What more am I talking about? I'm talking about our 3 wild card picks that I'm gonna throw in there just to mix it up a whole bunch. Our first wild card is right here. Lisa Norden, 38 years old, is coming into almost what I'm gonna call her swan song race here. Lisa will be either in that breakaway pack, the middle pack, or at the pointy end of the second chase group on the swim. If she can get in that second pack and get out there on the bike, she may be able to gap up to Taylor Knibb, Lucy Charles, and Fenella and have a great bike there. I think she'll burn herself up trying to do that and then have to put down the best run of her life. She doesn't have the greatest leg speed. I think she's gonna do well. She's gonna race her way up into the area that Daniela Rafe will be racing and come in somewhere right behind Daniela. Our next wildcard pick is Sarah Crowley. Sarah Crowley has done quite well in the past, coming in 7th last year at Kona and winning Western Australia this year, but at 40 years old, a mediocre swimmer compared to the rest of this field, a mediocre cyclist compared to the rest of this field, and a mediocre runner compared to the rest of this field. She is going to have a good race this year, but I don't see her pulling herself up into somewhere around the break of the top 10 positions. My last wildcard pick is Ruth Astle. Ruth can have a great race. She's had a rough year, and at 34 years old, she knows that she has to put down the best race of her life to get up there and get a good finish at Kona. Unfortunately, I don't see Ruth coming in any higher than 11th or 12th in the race. So there you have it. My predictions are Taylor Knibb, followed by Kat Matthews, Lucy Charles Barclay for the first time coming in 3rd, defending champion Chelsea Sodaro just off the podium. Watch for my wrap up after the race and check out this video right here if you want to beat your fears and get into triathlon racing yourself. This is Coach John. Boom.